So if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? So that's it. That microphone was not working, so I came back to you with my little microphone. Can you guys hear me now okay? Is it working more or less? Is this going to work? Should I talk a little bit louder or all good? Okay, I got thumbs up. All's good. Okay, so we're back again. And the title of the menu is Menu Building LCHF. So what does LCHF stand for, guys? Low carb, high fat. Ooh, thanks for logging on again. Teresa, Cynthia, Julie, thanks for letting me know that the microphone wasn't working. Okay, now Amber's there. Julianne's there. Okay, here we go, guys. Okay, so I was blabbing on there earlier and you didn't know what the heck I was saying. What I was saying that it's the last Friday in July and I hope you guys had a super spectacular week. And like always, I want to know, what are you guys doing this weekend? What's going on this weekend, guys? Julie, what are your plans? Amber, what are you going to get up to? Adela, what are you going to do this weekend? So my plans this weekend, I'm going to a small town in Quebec, Canada called Montebello. And my hubby's going to golf. And I'm going to find something fun to do. We're going to spend the night and drive back slowly on Sunday. So what are you guys getting up to this weekend? I'm planning a perfect summer weekend because let's face it, we're running out of summer weekends, right? Kids are going back to school in what? 3.5 weeks, right, in the US? Julie's having a massage and she's going for a sleep and a spin class. Well, Julie, I'm jealous. I think I need to spin with you tomorrow. I think I'm going to need to, we'll see. We'll see. How many days do you get in exercise this week, Julie? So I've been building up to this blog over the last few weeks, okay? So those of you who watch my blogs, who read or watch my videos, and those of you who read my blogs on a weekly basis, you're going to understand what I mean, right? So I have, Teresa says, pool party and grandniece first birthday party and hopefully going on an 8-mile canoe trip. Ooh, you guys are getting active. Good for you. Julie, 4 workouts this week, right? Good for you. Yeah. I think 4 is a good number. So I've been talking a lot about low carb, high fat eating, right? That's been the topic and how to get it right for bariatric post-ops, right? Because that's who we all are, right? And I've been going over the low carb rules with you. I've been going over the ketogenic rules with you. And I've been just providing you the information to truly understand this way of eating, right? WOE, way of eating. So at the end of the video, I'm going to attach a link so that you can go and download a sample, a 3-day menu sample for you. But guys, this thing that I created for you this week, right? It's just a sample because my goal is always going to be is that you build your own menu. Fearlessly, right? Not I'm scared or nervous or worried. I want you to fearlessly be able to build your own menu, right? So if you haven't been watching the videos, you can take a few moments and go back and look over them. The blogs, you'll find them over the last 4 weeks. The videos, the last 4. You can catch up to where we are today, right? Because today is about menu building. It's all about low carb, high fat menu building. It's menu building with Sheri. That's what we're doing here. So guys, grab yourselves a pen, grab yourselves some paper, and get ready because we're going to do a little bit of work, right? So how this is going to go is I want you to take notes. And I'm going to go and break it down into different sections, right? And then after breaking everything down, then we're going to have the gift of the 3-day menu at the bottom. Darlene, hello. Anjali, hello. I see Nayeli over there in Cancun. Desiree. Pen and paper, guys. We are going to work today. And like I said, I'm going to give you a gift. But the gift is just to get started. I want you to be able to do it yourself. This is the whole plan. Ladice, how are you feeling? Okay, I want you to use this time to see how incredibly powerful this way of eating is. The portions I've given you, obviously, are smaller than regular portions. And the reason why they're smaller is because I've designed it for the bariatric patients. And all of you guys out there have teeny tiny stomachs, right? So you can't eat a 3-egg omelet, right? You can have 1 egg, maybe 1.5, pushing it 2. So it's been designed for the smaller stomach in mind. Okay. Hey Linda, get a pen and a paper, we're menu building. So by following this way of eating, 3 days, you're going to be feeling better, you're going to have less bloating in your tummy, you're going to have more energy, and guys, best of all, you're going to have less cravings, right? That's what we're all, who wants to be chained to the refrigerator because of the inability to stabilize their blood sugars and out of control hunger, right? So you're going to build your own low carb, high fat menu right now. There's no reason why you need me to do it for you. You know what you like, you know what your family likes, and you know what foods work for you and your family also, right? This is the way to put the power back in your court and back in your kitchen again. Now, when I'm going through the rules and everything, and you have questions, you ask me here those questions, okay? If you want to know, can I exchange this for this, go ahead and ask here. I don't want you to get bored of eating the same menu over and over and over again. I want to empower you to take the reins of your own health into your own hand and make it easy for you. Make it easy to prepare your own diet. So let's talk about, let's get into macronutrients and how they break down on low carb, high fat or ketogenic. You can call it either way, okay? Sometimes I think that word ketogenic low carb is like a passe, like old fashioned, like out of style, and it actually isn't. It really is. It should be. We should give more airplay to the word low carb, high fat. Okay, healthy fat. Okay, first of all, we're going to have a diet that consists of 60 to 75% carbohydrates. No, what am I saying? 60 to 75% fat. That's the first category. Write it down. 60 to 75% fat. Okay. The second is going to be 15 to 30% protein. Right? So we got our fats, we got our protein, and the next one is 5 to 10% carbohydrate. Okay? Melinda, grab a pen. Once again, 60 to 75% fat, 15 to 30% protein, and 5 to 10% carbs. That's the breakdown. Now, a lot of my clients ask me often, they're confused because they say my numbers are one thing and another person is saying something else. You know what? My clients are different. My clients are special. They are unique snowflakes. They have reduced stomach capacity, and so things are going to look a little bit different. Hey Ginger, Selena, how are you? Now you can always play with your macronutrient breakdown a little bit, and that reason why some people, it's biochemical individuality also, right? We're not computers, we're not machines. Some of us are able to eat a little bit more carbohydrate than others, and some of us have to keep the carbohydrate count super, super low. So start somewhere and you can always adjust, okay? Now, this is the bread and butter of keto, pun intended. When counting carbs, I use net carbs. We have to learn how to count our carbs, right? And that term net carbs, it just refers to the carbs that the body is able to absorb, okay? So there's certain things like fiber or like sugar alcohols that don't count as net carbs, right? Because your body is not absorbing those, right? So in order to calculate your net carbs in whole foods, easy. You subtract the fiber from the number of carbs and the sugar alcohols. That's it, right? So let's say, we'll take this for example. I have a package here. It's really, I don't know if it's a good example or not, but here it is, carbohydrate. Oh no, there's no fiber in here, so I can't show that example. So you look at total carbohydrate, 5 gram, fibers, 3 grams, sugar alcohol, 1 gram. So deduct 4. So you have 1 gram of total carbs. That's how you calculate net carbs. It's not complicated. Once you start doing it, it's easy. Okay. Hey Krista, who wants to start talking about the foods we need to avoid? Okay. Who knows? What do we need to avoid when following this low carb ketogenic lifestyle? What are the first things that we need to think about? You guys all know this stuff. Okay. Take some examples of some of the foods that we need to really avoid when eating low carb is foods that are high in sugar and starch, like fruit, okay? Some fruits, berries we're going to talk about berries later on. We're going to talk about berries. But foods that are high in and sugar would be, yes, Julie, bread, exactly. Potato, pasta, rice, tortillas, crackers, Julie said it, bread, bagels, right? Who loves an English muffin? Not on low carb. Cakes, pastries, chocolate bar, ice cream, candy. That's the stuff we have to stay away from, right? That's what we're trying to avoid. So now we know what we're trying to avoid, okay? Let's start with drinking. What's in your cup? What's in your glass? What are you able to drink when you are following this lifestyle? First of all, water. It's always going to be the best thing for you, water. If you have a hard time with plain water, you can always add some of those sugar-free crystals in your water. A little squeeze of lemon, some stevia works also. Coffee works. Depends how you take your coffee. If you take it black, it's fine. If you take it with stevia and a splash of cream, that would be fine as well. Exactly, Melinda. All the good stuff. Melinda says we can't eat all the good stuff. That's right. No, but we can remake the good stuff, right? We can remake our crackers. We can remake our breads. We can remake our cakes and our pastries. More work, right? Herbal teas are allowed also. So, diet sodas, yay or nay? What do you think? I think we're talking about things that you can drink, right, on a ketogenic or low carb lifestyle. So, shouldn't be drinking sodas, right? Lori asked me, can we use Splenda? So, Splenda is one of those artificial sweeteners that raise your blood sugar. And one of the things about low carb and ketogenic lifestyle is that we're trying to stabilize our blood sugars so that we're not constantly hungry, right? So Splenda raises your blood sugars as high as sugar. Comments are coming in. Can we use Splenda? That was the answer to your question. Use stevia instead. No to soda, exactly. So diet soda, those of us that can drink diet sodas and artificial sweeteners maintain our cravings for sweet taste. So the answer would be nay. A little tiny bit, on a weekend, fine. No to soda. Club soda, bariatric pouch, doesn't really like soda either. Coffee with Premier caramel protein is good. Yes, coffee with Premier caramel protein would be something that you could drink for breakfast. Exactly. Gatorade Zero. Angelique, excellent question again. If you could find Gatorade Zero made with stevia, which doesn't exist, I would say yes. But you know what? If you're looking for electrolytes, you can do water with Himalayan salt and a squeeze of lemon. Boom, electrolytes. Sorry. If you're trying to eat this way, it's better not to. Yes, moderation, do your best, right? But the answer really would be no, it's the artificial sweetener that is going to increase your blood sugars. Teresa, that's the best. Give me all the coffee with caramel protein. Hey, Courtney, nice to see you. How are you feeling? Hey, hi. Okay, so when we have those constant craving for sweet things, it's going to undermine our progress, and it just keeps that sugar addiction stuck in place. And that's why we're trying to ditch the sugar, right? So artificial sweeteners, be very careful, especially in the beginning. Okay, you're very welcome for the answer, Lori. Okay, Courtney, good. I'm glad you're feeling good. Good. Courtney, now, I'm really happy to see you here. Okay, alcohol. Guys, alcohol on keto, yay or nay? What's the answer here? You drink one a day. Angela, you can switch to another type of drink. Okay, yeah, okay. If you're still getting good progress, you're not starving hungry. Okay, alcohol and keto. The answer is, moderation. Julie said no. No to the Gatorade or no to the alcohol? Okay, so this is the deal with alcohol. Most diets forbid alcohol consumption, right? This low-carb ketogenic does say that you can have moderate alcohol consumption, but only specific alcoholic beverages. So no margaritas, Julie. Valerie, hey, alcohol is a no. Yes, but red wine, white wine is fine in moderation. So one glass of wine would be okay. We're not talking about the first month post-op, right? We're talking about a lifestyle, right? There's a whole lifestyle. It causes cravings and bad decisions. Yes, Julie is right. So if you drink one glass of wine and you find that you are making bad decisions and you're eating bad foods and it's just getting a hold of you, then obviously alcohol is definitely not going to be for you. Beer is definitely not okay because beer is liquid bread. Remember that. Beer is like liquid bread. Spirits like gin, vodka, whiskey don't have any carbs in them. So we're talking about the carbohydrate count, right? the takeaway is going to be small amounts of low carb alcohol is going to be okay. But if your weight loss stalls, or if you have issues with metabolic health, then consider abstaining, for now at least, right? That's the answer I like to give about alcohol. It's not a hard no, it's not a hard yes, okay? It's going to be very individual. Okay, let's get into the food. Now we know what we can eat. We know what we can drink. Now let's talk about the first thing we think about. I'm going to start with meat. Eat meat. Vegans are going to hate me. Vegetarians are going to throw things at me. Eat meat. Unprocessed, low carb, and keto friendly. That's what meat is. So when I say meat, I'm talking about poultry, ground beef. I'm talking about steak. I'm talking about turkey. Eat meat. Am I missing something? I know people out there are eating deer meat. I know they're catch and killed as well. Perfect. If you can do high quality meat, fantastic. And if you can't, go to a grocery store, eat meat. Valerie, it took me 3 years to have a drink and can only have like one. Yes, this could be a whole topic, Valerie, that we could talk about, would be alcohol and transfer addictions, and about how hard alcohol hits you after having bariatric surgery. I mean, think about the alcohol. Your stomach is small. When you're drinking alcohol, your stomach's going to be empty, because bariatric people do not mix alcohol, food and liquids at the same time, right? So the alcohol is going to hit them very, very hard. It's going to be drinking on an empty stomach. Okay, when it comes to meat, don't eat huge amounts of meat, right? A normal amount of meat is sufficient. A serving of meat, the size of your hand, palm of your hand, right? The size of a deck of cards. That's your serving of meat. If you can tolerate that much, right? Oh, there I'm going. I'm about to say, Melinda said lunch meat, and here I am. You have to stay aware that meats like sausages, cold cuts, pepperoni sticks, salami sticks, beef jerky, the pre-made meatballs, they contain added carbs. And you know what I did? I got a package here of salami. I have it in my office because sometimes I snack on these. Sometimes I love them and sometimes I hate them. But when in doubt, look at the ingredients, because you think, oh, this is beef jerky or this is a salami. There's no sugar added. I have a low battery on my... but you'll see here that the carbohydrate count here is 1 gram of carbohydrates, which means there hasn't been a lot of sugar added to this product, if any at all. So this would be one of them. But I see a lot of them out there that has a lot of sugar added. And you can taste it, right? When you've been following this diet for a while, or this lifestyle for a while, and you eat a piece of beef jerky, you can actually taste the sugar in beef jerky. So, yes, lunch meat is okay, but once again, it's a processed meat, so beware of the sugar that's been added to that. When in doubt, 5% rule. Aim for the product has to have less than 5% carbohydrate. And the percent is right here. Carbohydrates are listed here, 1%, 1 gram. Okay. So let's go to the next section, fish and seafood. Who's into fish and seafood out there? Well, this is all good. Fish and seafood are all good. You can eat them. Fish like salmon, especially fatty fish like salmon. But be careful of breading. So if you order breaded fish, you got to be careful, because that's where all the carbohydrates are going to be living, right? Is in the breading. Eggs. Keep writing. Eggs. Eggs are awesome. Eggs, you can eat them morning, noon, or night. You can eat them fried, baked, boiled, omelet, scrambled. However you like them, eat them. Fry them in butter. Okay, now we have the protein category taken care of, right? Now we're going to go over to natural fat and high fat sauces. Now this is interesting, right? Because a lot of people think that we have to be adding lots of fat to our diet. But look at this. Aunt Julie loves fish and seafood. Eat it up, girl. It's wonderful. Wonderful for this way. I need to eat more fish. I think we should all commit to eating more fish this week. Go and buy some salmon. Most of your calories on a strict ketogenic diet is going to come from fat. But we're not talking strict ketogenic, right? Remember that you're likely going to get your fat through natural sources, right? So, for example, Anjali's eating fish. So she's going to be getting a lot of that healthy fat through the fish. She doesn't necessarily need to add extra fat to her fish. Extra fat to her fish. Your fat also comes in your meat, right? There's fat content in the meat. There's fat content in your eggs. There's fat content in your nuts. And that's where people get very confused. a lot of fat is already in your food that you're eating, so you don't need to be adding extra all the time. Oh, Melinda, egg bites, makes egg bites. Those are great. Yeah, they're super easy. Put them in the fridge, especially if you know you have a busy week coming up. It's a terrific way to stay on top and stay organized. I also want you guys to use your fat in cooking, right? So you're using your butter and your coconut oil if you're cooking, and you're adding that healthy oil to your salads and to your vegetables, right? Like butter on your vegetables or oil on your salads. Fat. What else do I want to say about fat? Don't fear fat. Fat's our friend. And also high-fat sauces like béarnaise sauce, right? That's made with a lot of butter and egg and cream. That's wonderful as well. Hey, Tiffany. So writing vegetables grown above the ground. This is where your carbohydrates are coming from, are from vegetables. Eat them fresh, eat them frozen. I like to use that rule above the ground so you think automatically tubers, things like potatoes that grow in the ground, things like beets, right? Those are the ones we want to avoid. Avocado, Julie said. You know what? I skipped the word avocado by accident completely. Avocado, a form of super healthy fat. Add avocado to your shake, or add it to your salad, or add it to your sandwich. Who eats a sandwich anymore, right? Forget about that. So vegetables grown above the ground. Choose the leafy green ones, so the spinach and lettuce, arugula and kale and all that good stuff. Those are great, unlimited. Things like cauliflower and broccoli and zucchini, those also grow above the ground. Things like jalapeno peppers and cucumbers, those are some of my favorites. And the vegetables are a great way to get your healthy fat, right? Because you can add your olive oils and add your coconut oils and add your butter to get nice flavor on your vegetables. Also, the butter and the fat is going to help you better absorb the nutrients that are in the vegetables. They just add color and variety and flavor to your plates. And then also I find that people end up eating a lot more vegetables on this lifestyle, because instead of cooking pasta and potato and rice, they're replacing it now with vegetables like mushrooms and salads and cauliflower and broccoli, right? How am I doing? Whew, I'm on the last category here. How am I doing? Thumbs up. High-fat dairy products. Okay. Butter. We all know butter is awesome. Hey, Cecilia. High-fat cheese in moderation. High-fat yogurts can be in moderation. So none of that low-fat yogurt. Boo. None of that. If they've taken the fat out, they've put carbs and chemicals in. We don't want anything low-fat on this way of life. In general, whether you follow these rules or not, please don't eat no fat stuff. Don't, because imagine beautiful sour cream. Yum, delicious, right? Let's take the fat out of the sour cream. What do we have in our hand? Water, right? So they add the carbs and the chemicals in to give it the same look of, it's no longer sour cream. It's not even a food item at that stage, right? I want you guys to avoid drinking milk, right? Because the milk sugar adds up quickly. If you're going to drink milk, then drink full fat milk, okay? And I prefer you use a substitute like almond milk or coconut milk with no sugar added, okay? Nuts and seeds, right? So on the ketogenic or low carb lifestyle, we're looking for healthy fat, a way to have snacks to be satisfied. Nuts and seeds are a great way to do it. It's a great way. I take a grinder, I add some pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds, sunflower seeds, an almond or two, and I grind that up. I put it in the fridge and I add it to things. And it's a great way to get healthy fat and protein. Lori asks, small amount of milk and coffee. Yeah, sure. It's just count it in as your 5 to 10% carbohydrate. That's fine, absolutely. Yeah, just count it. Just be counting and aware of your carbs, right? I mean, I don't do a little bit of milk in my coffee. I go glug, glug, glug. So I try to stay away from it. Yeah, and once again, with the nuts and seeds, be careful because you can overeat them. You're feeling snacky, you're watching TV, you have 3 bowls of nuts, and it's really easy to overeat nuts. And also, when it comes to nuts and seeds, choose the ones that are lower in carbohydrates, like macadamia nuts, like your almonds, like pecan nuts are very low as well. Yep, there you go. I just answered, I think. Macadamia, pecan nuts, almonds, those kind of nuts. Christy, thanks for joining us. We're at the category berries right now. Moderate amount of berries is perfect on keto or on a low carb, high fat lifestyle. Fresh or frozen raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, strawberries, high in fiber, low in sugar, and a perfect way to get your nutrients and get your, people are worried they're not eating any fruit. Well, you can eat berries. I just don't like the high sugar fruits like pineapple and mango and banana, really high in fructose. Yes, there are good things in it, but it's very, very high in natural sugars as well. So now you know what you shouldn't eat, and now you know what you should eat. Let's look at a 3-day menu that I prepared for you, and let's go over the details. Okay, you guys can write down the 3-day menu, or you can download it later. It's up to you. But so what I did was, they're small portions, and they're well balanced. Yes, blackberries. Teresa wants to know if I said blackberries. Yes, eat blackberries. Hey, Chelsea. Yeah, blackberries are wonderful, and it's all in season right now. So if you can get them fresh, bonus points. But you know what? In winter, I'm over here in Canada. My berries are coming probably from Mexico or who knows where, from far away. And it's probably taking them 5 or 6 days to get here by the time they've been picked, and they've been sitting in the supermarket for 5 or 6 days. The best choice for me is going to be frozen berries. But right now, they're getting picked in my backyard, so. Okay. So, breakfast, we're going to talk about eggs, right? So, 1 to 2 eggs, breakfast, depending on how big or how your pouch is right now, your restriction is. Sauteed vegetables and a quarter avocado. So, your sauteed vegetables, you can do spinach, mushroom, tomato, jalapeno. I'm just coming up the top, green pepper. I'm coming out the top of my head right now with different vegetables that you could be eating together with your eggs, right? Scramble them in the morning. And that would be a breakfast, a sample breakfast. For lunch, I have on the first day planned here, I have a green salad with 3 ounces of steak. How much easier does it get? Olive oil and lemon and salt and pepper. Add your favorite spices. That's it. That's a perfect size salad for a bariatric pouch. The dinner that I have planned is 4 ounces of fish, asparagus mixed with some mushrooms, and a handful of pecans. Perfect. There you got your healthy fat, your protein. It's very low carbohydrate. It's very filling. And on this plan I have here that you can download, I didn't add any snacks. So if you find that if it's a little bit, let's say you're hungry or snacky, you could have like a boiled egg, or you could have another handful of nuts, or you could have a little piece of cheese in between. So that was the first Monday. That was Monday, for example. That was a Monday. On Tuesday, I put a 1 to 2 egg omelet with sauteed spinach and 3 ounces of cheese. Boom, healthy fat, protein. You have your vegetables for fiber. Beautiful. The lunch I made an arugula salad with 3 ounces of tuna and 6 olives. Got it? Everyone's getting this? Arugula salad. Or if you don't like arugula, change to lettuce. Or if you don't like lettuce, change to spinach. 3 ounces of tuna and 6 large olives. That was for lunch. And then for dinner, I had a beef burger patty with steamed cabbage and 1 to 2 teaspoons of peanut butter or nut butter or almond butter. Remember, when you're buying your butters, make sure that there's one ingredient only. If you have almond butter, it's going to be just almonds. If it's peanut butter, it's just peanut. Melinda says it's going to take me all day to eat this much. Yes, because you have a little tiny pouch. But think about it. 1 egg, a little bit of vegetables, and a quarter avocado for breakfast. That's not so big on the pouch. 3 ounces of steak and lettuce. Or arugula, right? Or 4 ounces of fish. Fish is softer, goes down easier. The last day I have planned for you here was poached egg for breakfast. You can do it boiled as well. Now, bacon. I added bacon here. You can always switch it for something else, but you know what? I just find people just really love their bacon. So I thought, okay, I'm going to add the bacon here. So 1 egg, 2 pieces of bacon, and a half avocado. Oh, nice morning to start. Nice way to start the morning. Good, healthy fat. You're not going to feel starving hungry until noon. Hey, Brooke, Amber, Turin. And the lunch is going to be 3 ounces of chicken. You've grilled veggies, whatever you like. You can do a zucchini if you'd like, or a red pepper, and 3 ounces of brie cheese. Yum. You can do camembert also. And the dinner I have planned here was 3 ounces of shrimp, steamed vegetable, and a quarter cup of almond slices. And that was the menu. Once again, it's going to be here so you can download it. No snacking, please. If you try your best not to snack. If you find yourself hungry, then I want you to just adjust the fat a little bit higher with the meals so that you're going to be able to go longer without feeling hungry. It really works. It's a wonderful way to feel fuller, more satisfied for a longer amount of time, right? If you wanted to add just a few olives to your meal, add a little bit of nuts, add a pat of butter, it's going to satisfy you for a longer time. So, how did we do today? Thumbs up. We did okay. I'm like at the end of my video here. And I just wanted to sit down and go through macronutrient breakdown with you, and I wanted to talk about what we shouldn't be eating, and I want to talk about what we should be eating, and just talk about the food, right? The eggs and the meat and the dairy products and the vegetables. And Melinda says, I eat so little I can't figure out how not to snack or eat more. Oh, phone call just came in, sorry. Melinda, this is going to get better as the pouch stretches a little bit more and gives a little bit more space. This is what people fear so much of, oh my goodness, my pouch is going to stretch. But it really needs to have a little bit of give, because if it doesn't, you're going to be nutrient deficient, right? You need to be able to eat enough food to keep yourself healthy. And Melinda, if you're feeling like you have to go snack between meals, and right now, then you need to do that. That's what you need to do. Right? Make sure that you have enough fat in your meal so that you try to increase your fat a little bit. Let's try that to see if it helps you feel more satisfied between meals. I'm curious. I want you to do that experiment and see. I want you to add an olive or two, or I want you to add something fatty to your meals. Teresa's the same. Yeah, you guys are very recently post-op. 3 months, exactly. I think Teresa's like only 5 months, 4 months, I think 4 or 5 months right now. So she's having a hard time fitting enough food in. But you guys to remember, there's people here that I'm talking to that had bariatric surgery 20 years ago, 5 years ago, 7 years ago. Angeli, do we still give ourselves 30 minutes to eat what we can out of these meals? Yes. Don't graze. That's an excellent question. I love that question. So what happens is, if we eat really slowly, we can literally eat and have the food come down and actually leave our pouch while we're still eating, right? So yes, give yourself a time limit. Don't eat for an hour, right? That's called snacking or like grazing in front of the TV, right? Get your meal, focus on your food, be mindful about it, eat. 20 minutes is enough, right? To eat, if you're with friends and family, 30 minutes. But yeah, 20 minutes. I think even 20 minutes is like, for our kind of lifestyles that we live so fast-paced. Okay, guys? Anything else we want to talk about? Any ideas of what you'd like to hear about for next week for the video? You let me know. I'm going to be here for the next few hours to answer any questions that you have. And wait for the link. I'm going to put the link up as soon as I get off here. I'll put that link up for you. So have a beautiful weekend. Have a great time. Post some pictures on Facebook. Let me see what you guys are up to. It's not all about food. It's about fun too, right? Send you a big hug over here. And I'll see you next week for our next topic. Bye, guys. You're welcome. Bye.